Okay, so today we're going deep on the book of Hebrews.
Right.
We're
Yeah.
going to try and like really get to the heart of it.
Yeah.
What's the big deal with this book, and
hmm
how can we kind of understand it in a way that we can remember
Right.
and actually take something away from it.
Absolutely.
Um, I think when people think about diving into a whole book of the Bible, it can be kind of intimidating.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That's a lot to take in,
It's like, oh my goodness, where do I even begin?
right?
But we're going to focus on the most important parts,
Yeah,
the really impactful stuff. And our source today tries to do that too.
cool.
Like
Yeah.
it condenses this really complex book
Okay.
into like a summary we can wrap our heads around.
Yeah.
And I got to say, one of the things that jumped out at me right away
Yeah.
was this whole idea of like shifting from old rituals
Hmm.
to something totally new.
Yeah, that's a big theme in Hebrews for sure.
It is.
Um, and I think right at the heart of that shift.
Is this idea of Jesus as like a high priest,
Oh,
but not in the way we usually picture it.
yeah, like not,
Not like robes and sacrifices.
yeah, not like animal sacrifices and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Yeah, that's what I thought was so interesting.
Yeah.
Our source really hammers home this contrast
Yeah.
between the old covenant and the new covenant.
Yeah.
It's saying the old covenant with all its laws and all those sacrifices
hmm
was kind of pointing towards something much bigger.
Okay.
Like it was setting the stage.
Yeah, like a foreshadowing.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
foreshadow. And that bigger thing is the new covenant,
Right.
which we get through Jesus, but then
Yeah.
it makes you wonder, right?
It does.
Like, does that mean,
Like, what does that mean for us?
yeah, does it mean we can just like toss out the Old Testament?
That's a good question. And
Oh.
and Hebrews actually deals with that straight up.
Okay.
It's not about like getting rid of the Old Testament,
Yeah.
but seeing it through a new lens.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So think of it this way.
Okay.
The Old Covenant, with all its rules and rituals,
Mm-hmm.
was like a shadow.
Okay.
And the reality,
Yeah.
the real deal, is revealed in Jesus.
Okay.
His sacrifice. It's like the ultimate sacrifice.
Right.
The one that fulfills the purpose of all those old rituals.
So it's not about the rituals themselves,
Right.
but what they were pointing to,
Yeah, what they represent.
what they represent. Okay.
Exactly.
So is that where this idea comes in?
What idea?
This idea of, like a deeper, more personal faith.
That's exactly it.
Okay.
Hebrews is all about going beyond just the outward actions.
Right.
It's about a deep personal relationship with God.
Okay.
And that's made possible through Jesus.
I see.
And remember who this book is written for. It's
Yeah.
for Jewish Christians
Right.
who were wrestling with their heritage and this new faith.
Yeah.
It was a huge shift in thinking,
I can imagine.
Yeah,
it'd be like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole.
Exactly.
It's
Like
all-
two totally different systems.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Hebrews tackles that head on. It
Yeah.
says Jesus isn't just any priest.
Right.
He's the ultimate high priest,
Okay.
the go-between humanity and God.
Yeah.
He bridges the gap like the old system never could.
Okay. So we got this shift from old to new.
Yeah.
Jesus is the ultimate high priest.
Right.
Is there anything else that's like super important
Oh, yeah.
to understanding Hebrews?
You can't miss this idea of perseverance.
Okay.
Hebrews keeps telling believers to hang in there.
Okay.
Hold fast to your faith,
Yeah.
even when things get tough,
Yeah.
even when you face persecution or doubt.
When you're tempted to give up.
Yeah, it's not just about starting the race, it's
Yeah.
about finishing it.
It's about running the race.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it makes sense considering who it was written to.
Yeah, these people were under pressure
Yeah.
to ditch their new faith.
To go back to the old ways.
Yeah, they needed to find strength
Right.
in this new covenant.
Yeah. So it's not just like,
It's not a walk in the park.
yeah, it's not sugarcoating it. It's
Yeah.
saying like,
It's going to be tough.
yeah, it's going to be hard.
But you got this,
Yeah.
you have hope,
Yeah.
strength in this new relationship with God.
Exactly. Okay. So we've got
Yeah.
the old to the new.
The shift.
Jesus is the ultimate high priest.
Mm-hmm.
This focus on perseverance.
Keep going.
Yeah. Keep going.
Don't give up.
Don't give up. And then is there something about like a,
Oh, yeah, the heavenly sanctuary.
okay. Yeah.
So Hebrews talks about Jesus
Yeah.
entering a heavenly sanctuary.
Okay.
Not a physical one,
Right.
like on earth.
Not like the temple or something.
Right.
Okay.
This tells us our connection with God.
Uh-huh.
It goes beyond the physical world.
I see.
It's bigger than that.
That's a powerful image.
Yeah, it is.
It's like saying our faith has a home,
Right.
but that home isn't here.
It's not here on earth. Yeah.
Somewhere else.
Yeah, it's a more permanent,
Eternal.
eternal, and
Yeah.
secure place.
That's a theme that pops up again and again in Hebrews.
Yeah.
It's not just about making it through tough times here.
Right.
It's about looking ahead
Okay.
to a future hope,
To a future hope. Yeah.
an eternal inheritance.
So we've got the shift from old to new.
Yep.
Jesus as the ultimate high priest.
Right.
Perseverance, holding on to our faith.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
And this concept of a heavenly sanctuary.
Right.
It sounds like Hebrews is really trying to get us to think about faith
It is.
in a completely new way.
Completely new way. It's
Yeah.
not a set of rules.
Right.
It's not about rituals.
Yeah.
It's about a living, breathing relationship with God
Okay.
through Jesus.
It's about the why,
Exactly.
not just the how.
It's not just about what you do.
Right.
It's about why you do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I thought,
And that's powerful.
yeah.
I think that message, it still speaks to us today.
Yeah. Just like it did back then.
Yeah, it's so easy to get caught up
Right in the external.
in the externals.
Yeah.
You know,
You miss the heart of it all.
yeah, you miss the heart of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so to kind of sum up what we've learned here,
Yeah.
Hebrews argues that Jesus offers this, like, superior covenant,
Right.
like a new and better way to connect with God
Yeah.
that goes way beyond all those old rituals.
It's deeper.
Yeah, it's deeper.
Personal.
And it's a relationship,
It's not a to-do list.
not a to-do list.
Yeah.
It's a relationship.
Yeah, but here's something to think about.
Okay.
What if we stripped away all the rituals and traditions from our own beliefs?
Okay.
What would be left?
Interesting.
What would be at the core of our faith?
Yeah,
And how does that connect to what Hebrews is saying?
that's a good question.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right, so that's our deep dive
Our deep dive.
into the book of Hebrews. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.